Welcome to Our Paramotor Nation. Tonight's show is sponsored by Wisconsin Flight Sports. They make it affordable and accessible for you to get your paramotor training. They are stocked with SkyMax paramotors, one of the best paramotors available, and they are ready to be shipped to you today. Check out Paraswag USA for your complete powered paragliding gear, source providing you with the new Rebel 2 RS paramotor, as well as other gear and accessories. JK Custom Carbs is a father and daughter run small business taking your vision and immortalizing it forever on wood, plastic, or aluminum. With extremely affordable pricing, this creation makes a great gift and trophy for any paramotor enthusiast. Find JK Custom Carbs on Facebook or click on their link on the Our Paramotor Nation website. iFly Indiana provides USPPA certified powered paragliding training on their equipment or on yours. Full-time classes are 7 to 9 days. Part-time classes are also available. Come out to Indiana and see how beautiful it can be to train. Take the next big step in your paramotor training at Skylab Paramotor SIV. Here, paramotor pilots of all skill levels will learn collapse recovery and advanced maneuvers. One-Up Adventures and ParamotorProps.com. Come share their passion for flight on adventure trips around the world. Additionally, they are a supplier of carbon fiber propellers in the U.S. at extremely low prices and have become a leader in the country for getting tandem training and exemptions. Fly My PPG offers a full-service paramotor training experience with 3 on-site instructors and class sizes limited to 6 students, all on a beautiful private 90-acre airport. Fly My PPG offers on-site lodging and RV camping. Space is limited, so don't wait to make your reservation. More than just soap, Charlie Soap has all-natural laundry detergents and household cleaners like no others. They are a supporter of Resurgence PPG. Get all the natural cleaning supplies you need at charliesoap.com. Celebrating their 10th anniversary, the team at Fly PPG discovered powered paragliding has helped people from around the world get into our great sport. They are the Midwest importers and distributors of adventure paramotors, trikes, and wings. Aviator Paramotor is a cornerstone for paramotor training while offering its students some of the top paramotoring equipment. With 2 locations in beautiful Florida, class availability has never been more convenient. With raving reviews, Lone Star Paramotor has become one of the most sought-out paramotor schools in the South, near San Antonio, Texas, offering foot launching and trike training classes and much more. Light up the skies with PPG lights and make one heck of an impression with countless patterns and colors on your paramotor. No aircraft can miss seeing you when you are flying at twilight with PPG lights. Wicked Wings logo can help you have a one-of-a-kind custom glider with one or multiple colors on your logo. Get all the information you need to order your logo today on the Our Paramotor Nation website. That's www.ourparamotornation.com. And while you're there, check out Our Paramotor Nation's upcoming shows, watch our past shows, and visit all of our sponsors and find out much, much more. And now, let's get started with Our Paramotor Nation.
Live or not. Yeah, we are live. Awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. This is our very first episode of the Paramotor live chat that we decided to have this just as a way for us all to talk paramotors, which we're all pretty much obsessed with anyway.
It has been over 2 years that you have tuned in each and every week to Our Paramotor Nation. And each Sunday night, you expect to see your hosts, David Wolf, Dave Ruff, and John Ripa behind the mics. But on Easter Sunday, we are celebrating our 100th episode. And we are bringing back some of the people who have contributed to the success of the show. For one night and one night only, tune in and see, joining David, John, and Dave, from Florida Flight Sports, PPG Gorilla Rick Davies. Phoenix in Flight herself, Mrs. Nicole Phoenix. From the land of 1,000 Gators, Kate Bowen, and the co-originator of the show, the man who held the mic first and the originator of the Tri-State Skywalkers, Mr. Brandon McLeod. Catch up with all of them, lots of giveaways, and the first ever Golden Parachute Award highlighting some of the most memorable moments of the first 100 episodes. Join us April 4th at 9 o'clock Eastern Time for the 100th episode of Our Paramotor Nation.
Oh yes, 100th episode next week. Hi everybody, welcome back to Our Paramotor Nation. It's fun to watch the chat, but I really can't do it during the show. I try, and even Ripa tells me not to because I'll lose my train of thought. But it's so cool to see everybody's name coming up. We got 64 people, Madeline, watching us right now, and I'm sure it's going to get to become a bigger number too. And I want to say hi to everybody. I saw Tyler said hello. Walter, thank you, buddy, for the congratulations. Appreciate that. Flying Flamingo Jade. Hey, everybody out there. So glad you guys are with us tonight. Yes, we have an exciting episode next week as well. The 100th episode. I can't believe it's actually here. We got a lot of giveaways that we're going to do next week. We're going to have a ton of fun. And of course, we have those former co-hosts joining us as well. Michael Mixer's here, Madeline Mixer, John Ripman Ryden, and Dave Trikeflyer Ruff is here.
Hello.
First of all, John, welcome back from Wauchula, Florida. You were back there again, ripping it up in the sky, right?
I'll tell you what, it was one heck of a weekend of flying. I am exhausted and I am beat up.
Well, you look good, my friend. You always look good. Yes, you're not going to take it anymore. Dave Trikeflyer, where's your date? You had a date with you a few moments ago. Did she go away?
Well, I did, but I had to put her back in her pin.
Well,
that's just the way it goes.
She was a four-day-old chick on your shoulder right in the pre-show. That was really adorable. So very cool. We got some giveaways tonight as well. We're going to give away, I think, like 4 different things is what we said. One of the things we're going to give away, since Madeline is here, she is also known as the Amazing Madeline. You're going to hear her story in a second. But one of the things we're going to be giving away is an autographed T-shirt from the Amazing Madeline at the end of the show as well. And there it is right there on your screen. Dave, put my name on the wheel because I'd like to win that as well.
That is a good looking shirt.
It is a good looking shirt. We also have, this is a really nice, thick, heavy Adventure Paramotor hoodie and the Fly PPG on the back. This is a size large. I've got a couple other t-shirts here, a large, a medium. So we've got a couple t-shirts that we're going to give away. If it's not your size, you can opt out for either a wool hat, a Fly PPG wool hat that I have, or a Fly PPG, buff. Hey, Michael Mixer, what's the name of your school?
Fly PPG.
Oh, wow. What an amazing coincidence.
Imagine that.
All of this stuff here tonight. So we'll probably have about 4 different giveaways. We'll do 2 about mid-show, 2 at the end of the show. Make sure you're active in the chat. And if you're not sure if your name's in the wheel, the best way to make sure your name's in the wheel is just say, hey, Dave Ruff, because I think, is it Dave Ruff or Trikeflyer? Dave, what do you have on the
Actually, right now I am in under Sarah Ehlers. If you could make me a moderator,
Okay.
that would be great.
Oh, you're not. Okay. So go ahead and we'll just say hi, Sarah Ehlers, Dave Ruff, and then he'll make sure your name's on the wheel. Also, if your name's on the wheel tonight, it's going to automatically be in next week, but you've got to be on the show and claim your prize next week. But that saves Dave some time for putting in names. Now, on a bit of a serious note, I do want to, I hate doing this, but out of respect to our community, respect to all of our fellow pilots, I do want to wish, and the families that support our pilots, I want to wish our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Dustin Apgar, who lost his life this week in a paramotoring accident. So our hearts go out to you. It's never an easy message to convey and then come out and be happy and start entertaining our guests. But we do always want to make mention of that whenever it does happen. So our best to you, and you're always in our prayers. All right, let's get on with the show. We have Michael Mixer here from Fly PPG, along with his daughter, Madilyn Mixer. Madilyn is 15 years old and started flying at age 12. So why have I really looked forward to this show is because I'm a very big advocate of getting families involved in paramotoring. It helps everybody. It helps the schools. It helps the people who sell products, the ancillary products. Everybody's wins, but most importantly, it's the family wins. As a parent who got his son into flying paramotors, and my son Brennan now not only flies trikes but also foot launches, and in turn, because he started flying paramotoring and watching his dad fly, he decided to make his lifelong career a commercial airline pilot, and he's pursuing that and almost has his private pilot's license. So there's a lot of amazing good that can come out of bringing your family involved. So Michael Mixer's here, and you know what I noticed in the video, Michael, the opening video. Oh, I do have to mention one more thing too. Coming in 2 weeks, we're going to make some changes to the show that we're working on. Some really, really cool things that is going to give a whole new facelift to the actual show itself. And I think everybody's going to be very happy when I tell you the 4-minute intro video will be cut down to about 30 seconds. So stay tuned. Look at John's excited about that. He's happy about that. Everybody's happy about that. But stay tuned for that. See what exciting things we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be really exciting. Michael, in the intro video, that amazing voiceover guy mentions that you're celebrating your 10th year, but really, is it more the 11th year that you're coming into now?
Correct. Yep. Yeah. This will be the 11th year now. Correct. Yep. Yeah. Actually, we just started our 11th year. Correct.
So let's start with you before we get into Madeline. Just a little background on you. How long have you been flying? And well, obviously, I just answered my next question is when did you start Fly PPG? But how did you decide to become an owner and trainer?
Yep. So I started flying 2004. I got into flying because my dad, he was started flying single place ultralight airplanes back in the early 80s, going up to Oshkosh, stuff like that. Why, we started seeing some paramotors around every once in a while. I believe Eric Dufour was one of the early guys that we seen up at Oshkosh one year doing demonstration. I got flying in 2004. A few years later, my brother decided he wanted to fly, so I kind of helped him kind of walk through, trained him. Then we started flying and realized it was a lot of fun having other people to fly with locally. So I decided I'd start a paramotor business part-time beside my construction business. And so I started training 2010. And then I think it was 3 years later, was able to go full-time with the paramotor instruction, was busy enough. And then I've just been going full steam ever since.
So now Madeline.
And this is our 11th year.
Okay. And congratulations on that too. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Now, Madeline, for you, this is basically what you know. It's you probably don't remember your dad doing another job at this point. It's probably always been growing up around paramotors. Is that right?
Yeah.
So when did you first look at your dad going, God, that's something I want to do?
The more I got older, the more I really had more interest in it. The more I every time dad wanted to go flying, I wanted to go with dad. I wanted him to take me up. It was more of I want to go with you than stay on the ground and stay with mom. Probably at age 8 or 9, I said I want to just to pursue it, and then I started picking up paramotors and kiting more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when she was 8 years old, I got a 12-meter glider at that point, so she could start kiting at that point. And so she started, really kind of her paramotor training pretty much when she was 8 years old.
8 years old. So it's see, Dave, you're not the only person that took 4 years to get off the ground. Oh, I'm kidding. He's an amazing pilot. I'm sorry. I don't know why. You know why I did it? Because Rick Davies isn't on the show. If he was here, I would have said him. I'm sorry about that. All right. Anyways,
I get that and respect that.
I apologize. My bad. I'm sorry. All right. So, were you taking Madeline up on tandems at that point?
Correct. I took her up actually on her first tandem. I believe she was 5, 6 years old. Actually, it was wintertime. There was snow on the ground. Yeah, it was, we both bundled up. I put her, ATV helmet on her and away we went. So yeah, that was her first taste of flight. She always, loved it. She loved being up there. I'd give her the controls, let her steer what she could pull and steer. And she always get excited by, seeing deer and cows and swimming pools. And it just, then that kind of just, made her want to get up there, on her own eventually.
That's awesome. My daughter Addison is 13 years old, and she was on the pre-show, and she got an opportunity to meet Madeline. She was very, very excited. And that was a question I asked Madeline is, does anybody ever come up to you and say, are you the amazing Madeline? Madeline, why don't you go ahead and share your response to that?
Yeah, some people do at flying. They'll be like, are you amazing Madeline? They'll say just Madeline, and then they'll realize oh, you're amazing Madeline.
Because it's a great story. I mean, how many people really get to fly at age 12? John, can you imagine if you started flying at age 12? Yeah, no, that would have been,
I'll tell you what, it would have been amazing.
Yeah. So I guess, what do your friends say about you flying?
Some of them are really oh, I see you kind of that, and some of them are just they don't really talk about it. I talk on the subject, they'll veer off from it, but some of them are really interested, but then their parents are heck no, why would we let you go up in that kind of deal?
Yeah, I know, and I'm sure everybody that's watching that flies a paramotor, if you've got kids, I've got to imagine it's very similar. People come up to me and they're like, oh, Dad, your dad flies that thing. I saw him flying. That's really, really cool. It is very special because not everybody gets an opportunity to do it. So tell me about, I want to hear from both of you. I'm gonna let you guys take the mic and take your time with this. Madeline, you finally said, Dad, I'm ready to do this. Mike, you say, okay, honey, let's get focused on your training here. talk us through what it's like to take a 12-year-old at a very small body weight at that time and put a motor on this person's back and really, get serious about this flying. So Michael, why don't you start first, and then Madeline, I want to hear about what your perspective of it was.
Yep. So yeah, I started out with Madeline. When she was younger, we started out taking her up on some wheel tandems. When she got older and heavy enough, I started taking her up on some foot launch tandems, just so she kind of get acquainted with that. And we just kind of started training, working with her on her kiting throughout the years. It's kind of really limited early on just because of the weight of the paramotors, really restricting somebody like her being able to foot launch. So we kind of it was always kind of back burner, that she wanted to do it. She really loved going flying with me anytime I had I wanted to take her up. Eventually kind of got to the point where she was able to start picking the paramotors up. I let her walk around the hangar with one or whatever, a new one we built or whatever, just had no fuel and no accessories on it. That way, keep it as light as possible. And then finally, one year, her aunt and her mom both decided they were going to sign up for training. And that was the year that it sparked the interest in Madeline to go ahead and want to learn to fly. Sure, she wanted to learn to fly. She was going to do it the right way. They were going to be, kind of, having favors or whatever. I told her she was going to learn to fly. She was going to be in a class with, a bunch of other students, same treatment, I respect your, I expect the same out of her, that we do from other students, just because I'm her dad doesn't mean she gets special attention. And, because she was my daughter, we was actually, I believe, a little bit more critical on, making sure that she had everything dialed in, not only because she was my daughter, but also because of the age.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of let you take it to where Mom started.
Yeah, after I see my mom can do it, I'm like, I can do this. Mom can do it. I can do it. Because my mom, she always I would go out and kite more on the field than my mom would kite. Like I could go out in the field and show her up more than she could show me up, and kind of like that. And once I see my mom could do it, I figured I could do it. And I was pretty much the same height as my Aunt Teresa. So I'm like, if she can do it, I can do it. I can lift the paramotor up, I can run. And then I just a couple months after that, I was like, I can do this, so that I wanted to start training.
So I guess one of my fears with my own kids is, what motor, what frame to put on their back. So Madeline, did you have, I guess, first of all, what motor were you flying to make it as light as possible? And did you have any, because you were smaller, you're 12 years old, you're not putting a big motor or a big frame on your back. What frame did you have, and was it a custom in any way?
The frame was not custom. It was just an Adventure Pluma. And then the motor, what was the motor? The
motor was an HE80, a little bitty electric start 80cc engine, about the same weight, equivalent to an Atom 80, which is what she flies now.
Okay.
We did modify the harness just a little bit. We've done a few modifications to it, so it would cinch up on her, smaller body a little bit, tighter. That would get that motor up a little bit higher on her back. Other than that, we paired her up with the Vitarazi V throttle. It seemed like it was just small enough that she could make the throttle work, and she could reach the kill switch safely in her hand.
Gotcha. Tony Marziano wants to know, does your mom fly? It sounds like your mom flies, your aunt flies as well, and you fly, and your dad flies. Anybody else?
Yep. Her cousin also flies. So.
Okay.
Yep.
So I got a question for you, Mike, because I know that I've talked to other trainers, and maybe there's sometimes people say don't train your relatives because you get too emotionally attached. And even if you're already a paramotor pilot, you don't want to be out there on the field trying to work with your spouse or significant other because of the challenges that face. Did you face any of these challenges? Were you worried about facing any of these challenges?
Yep. Definitely, worried about facing those challenges, just, for one thing, just because, it is your spouse or your child or whatever, just because, you tell them something, that they'll give you that normal backlash that they'll give you at home or whatever, And so what worked nice with me was, I had a couple other instructors. So, during the early phases, the kiting and stuff like that, I had my other instructors, they step in, they kind of did all the groundwork. with Madeline as far as that goes. I didn't really step in and start working with Madeline until radio work with her on towing, and then of course radio work with her on the flights.
So Madeline, because you had already been kiting since age eight, was the training fairly simple for you?
Forwards definitely was very simple because I already had those down pat, but like reverse beforehand, I didn't really get out and do reverses very much. And like the first few days of training really was like reverse launching and practicing reverse and spinning around. So that was really like, I was just right with the students, a little bit, like probably struggling a little bit more on getting that technique. But then when it came to forwards, I had to fix a little bit of my things I was doing wrong, but then I did pretty good.
Okay. All right. So I guess the big moment came where it was time to launch for the very first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michael, let's start with you. Nerves? Were you in her ear for the first launch, or did you have another instructor do it?
Nope. Yeah, I was in her ear, but yeah, for every one of her flights, I was in her ear. If we kind of take a step back a day before that, she was working so hard that week, to keep up. She trained with 3 other gentlemen, that were, 35 to 60 years old. Just long gruesome days of training. It was 90 degrees here while she's training. She actually fell sick the day that her and the whole class was supposed to solo. I believe she just got dehydrated. She wasn't drinking enough. So she actually spent the whole day that she was supposed to solo at home on the couch sleeping. So everybody else, the rest of her class, they all soloed that day, and they flew that evening too. And then Madeline was got her rehydrated and ready to come back to class for that following morning to solo on that day. So yeah, I say just with her size, trying to keep up with a group of men, it was definitely it was wearing on her. I don't know if she was too proud to show it or whatever, but she did awesome keeping up with everybody.
Okay.
So come to that morning, she was excited. She was disappointed also, that she wasn't able to solo with the rest of her classmates. And, but yeah, we got there that morning. I was a little nervous, but I was actually not too bad because I was confident in her skills between what she went through, everything here in our training program.
Any issues like with towing or anything like that?
Towing went really well. I don't know. You have any issues with towing?
The only thing I had was like my flare. I was just like timing it a little bit off, which I'd like harder landings more than softer ones. And then I just had to get that figured out more on tow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she didn't tow, we didn't tow her before school or nothing like that. I don't want her to get, ahead of her classmates and, feel like it was unfair to, her other classmates.
Right.
So basically all she had done was just basically forward kiting for the last 4 years on no wind evenings.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So here comes the moment of her first launch, and it's I'm sure very different from you because this is your blood and this is your baby. It's not like, well, that guy over there signed a liability waiver, so if he breaks an ankle, well, tough luck. If she breaks an ankle, I got to go home and tell mom, and I broke the baby's ankle. Sorry, dear.
Yep, exactly.
So I guess in that sense, what was going through your mind at this point, about to launch, or were you trying to focus on, okay, just another student, or were you like, this is my Madeline?
I was really, that's one thing that I've always been really good with is, under, stressful conditions or whatever, I've always been really good at, staying calm and kind of focusing on the task at hand and, dealing with the situation that I've dealt. So, just, more or less treated her like any other student. We went out there, all our classmates, of course, let her go first that morning. They were all cheering her on. Went out there, got the task in hand. Mom was there also at the training field. She was too nervous to go out on the airfield. She actually stayed up by the hangar. She was up there pacing all over, the outside, inside. She was feeling sick to her stomach, and she was definitely feeling it for both of us. We went through the paces just like any other student with Madeline and got her all hooked up, ready to go. And when, I come across the radio to Madeline, and told her to take that deep breath and relax and to go when she was ready. She knew it was time to work. She brought that wing up. It looked great, nice smooth in the throttle, and actually she got her first attempt. So
That's
I don't know when
That's
forward.
awesome.
Dave,
Yes, sir.
Dave, you know how that goes is, you come home and say, hey, honey, I broke our daughter's ankle. Hey, could you pass some mashed potatoes, please?
Yeah.
That's how that goes.
How do you?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, Michael? Did you ever have like a game plan? If something goes wrong, what am I going to say to my wife?
Yeah, I just left my truck out the road running.
Backup plan. I want to very quickly thank Angela Preslick. She just made a $10 donation to the show, and I want to remind everybody too, and I do this every week. Any donation that you make to the show, 50% of the proceeds go to Resurgence PPG because we love our vets, and it really supports the show. And I don't think everybody realizes. Oh, Josh Perry just bounced right back with a $5 donation. Says someone called me out to donate $5. Challenge everyone else to do it. I love that, Josh Perry. Everybody else donate $5. No, I mean it's interesting. I was Dave does a show on Wednesday night called After Dark, and we gave away 2 prizes. Actually, they came right from me, and I go to the store, and even just something like this. This is a hook knife from Paranormal PPG out in I want to say London, that other, across the pond. But he donated these. We're going to give some of these away next week. This is $5 to mail. T-shirts are $5 to mail. So it all adds up. And we're going to give away a bunch of stuff today. We're going to give a bunch of stuff away next week. So please donate, and donate often. And donate every dime you possibly can. And then touch the screen and you can feel the power of PPG. Okay.
Please donate so I don't have to eat any more eggs.
There you
Please.
go. Oh, there's that too. Yeah, we raised a lot of money for Resurgence PPG last Wednesday. Dave ate like 7 or 8 raw eggs. All right.
You were a trooper, Dave. I mean,
Yeah.
you were a trooper.
Wow.
You're still feeling it. DP came in, accepted Josh Perry's Almost for the Poor. Thank you, DP, for $5. Want to hear about Madeline's experience from her perspective, because it's Dave, myself, John, of course, you, Michael, and you, Madeline. We've all been there for people's first flights, and it's just such an amazing moment that we all get to share with that person and with each other and ourselves when it's our first flight. So I want to hear about Madeline's, but before we do that, we're going to give a couple things away if Dave is ready. And also after we do that too, I really want to start talking too about, what do people have to do to get their kids prepared or talking to their kids? Chris Fenimore, $5 challenge. Linda Anderson, $5 challenge. I don't know who started this, but I love this. Flying Fun from Flying Beerman, $5. Walter Priori donated $10, but they're Australian dollars. I'm not sure how much that's really worth, but thank you guys. Thank you, all of you, so very much. We really appreciate it, as does Resurgence PPG. How about we give away a couple things? Michael, what do you want to give away first?
Hey, Dave, I just realized something. I've got the wheel up on the other computer, so I am now putting it over onto this one so I can share screen. So give me a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Okay.
Dave, that's
Sorry, I
third-
just
that's
realized
third-
that.
We'll do that. All right, Madeline, let's get back to you. Let's talk about that first flight. So wake up in the morning. It's the big day. We've been waiting for 4 years to do this now.
Yeah. So I woke up. I knew today was the day. I just got ready normal, and then just heading up to the hangar. My stomach started feeling weird. I was starting to get really nervous. I was like, I can do this, but just the nervous of doing it by yourself was just really in my head. So then I go up there, do everything normal, pre-flight. And then my mom gives me a hug. You can do this. And then I go out in the field, and then it's just all real from there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is cheer me on. You can go first. You can go first. I'm
There's no pressure when people are cheering you on. It's thanks for the encouragement, but I don't want it.
Madeline, I have a question for you. When you finally were ready to do that first flight, were you ready to do it? You had kited so much, you had practiced so much. Were you ready to do it?
Yeah, I was ready for just to go up and experience it by yourself.
Right.
I was ready.
Yeah, that's the feeling I had when it came that time. I was ready for it. So
Yeah.
I never forgot that feeling. I've been chasing it ever since.
So go ahead, share that experience with us.
Yeah, so we went out in the field just normal. Everybody's you can go first. They're putting the pressure on me. So I just set up my glider normal and putting that motor on my. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, because this is a good moment to ask you a question that came a little while ago from Yankee Paramotor. He asked, how was Madeline's interaction with the assumedly older classmates? Was there a class synergy, or did you feel left out, or was it more about your relationship with your dad?
It was more like everybody was cheering everybody on. It wasn't like I didn't feel left out or anything. I definitely felt like a part of the group, and they all were very proud of me for like doing it at this young age, and they encouraged me and I encouraged them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, back to the story.
So I go to like reaching down to put my motor on. My stomach I just feel sick to my stomach because just doing it by yourself, I just felt really nervous and like all the pressure was just on me. So I just hook up like normal and then I start the motor up and then I just like think in my head, you can do this. But I was so nervous, like everything was going through my head of like what to do if this happened or this happened. It's all like the scenarios in my head. And then my dad's like, you can go whenever you're ready. I just like took like a deep breath and like thought up to God, like you can do this kind of thing. And then once I got off the ground, it was just like so amazing that I could do it by myself. And that as soon as I got off the ground, I see my mom pacing the sidewalk. So I was like, oh my gosh. And then she finally realized I was up in the air and she started like waving. So I felt like really proud of myself that I did it.
You know, just hearing the story and reliving it as you're telling it, you know, it gives, I hope everybody else, the 99, wow, you ready for this, Madeline? 99 people are watching the show right now. Now it's 100. 100 people I'm looking right now. All these people, I hope, are feeling the sense of pride for you as if this was their own daughter. Like I can imagine my daughter and that nerves of, oh my gosh, this is the moment. This isn't like taking a driver's test where you can stop at the next stop sign or red light and get out of the car. This is you're up in the air and it's all go, baby. It's all go. So that is awesome. Tell us about the landing.
So the landing, I was definitely nervous about because like there was dew on the ground that morning. I was like, I don't know, everything was going through my head, like toe, like remember the 1, 2, 3, like flaring. And then Dad just talked me in from there. And I landed on my feet, but then I slid down to my knees. And everybody came running over and like giving me high fives and hugs and everything.
Michael, do you think the other students, was there something different about this class because this was not that it was your daughter, but that it was a younger student? Was there something special about that going on with these other classmates as well that you've seen from other classes?
Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, they was all, 110%, behind Madeline, just from the very beginning of the get-go, from, the first time they're kiting and everything. They were always there, to support her in basically any way that she needed them, no matter if it was encouragement or a drink or just anything, they were there for 110%.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I want to pause for a quick second. We got a bunch of donations and I got to recognize everybody here. Yankee Paramotor says, no more eggs, no more eggs. Because he doesn't want to see more eggs from Dave Ruff. Thank you, Yankee, for that $5 donation as well. Daniel Roush donated $5. Josh Perry says, you're welcome, David Wolf. Mark Rogers, hey, cool, $5. Mark George with $10, pair of swag. Tyler Vowles, nice to see you, sir, $5. Bill H is always on the show, and we love seeing Bill H here. Says, everyone donate $5. Craig Taylor says, I love Resurgence PPG too. I'm glad Craig's here because I know he had a very long weekend of flying at Wauchula as well. Love Craig. He's one of our moderators. Dave Hayes for $5. And Michael, I don't see his last name, but it says Michael for $5. Oh, we got more here too. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second. I got to say thank you to everybody here. Then student of Fly PPG, Shandor, donated $20.
Wow.
John Wayne, $10. Slow Days, $10. Thank you both very, very much. Nick Griffith, $5. Kent Stamey, $20. And he says, hello, all. Vance Oliver with $5. Great show, guys. And Stephanie Flightus for $10. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly, Stephanie. So thank you all so very much. I really appreciate it. Dave Ruff, how are we doing there, sir? Are you ready?
Yes, I am. I just got to switch over to the other computer, which is just a matter of a click. And Tony Marzano said Ruff didn't do any on camera. Just saying, if you're talking about the eggs, all 8 eggs, all 9 eggs, and all shots. We're done on camera.
Who knows what you're going to see on After Dark. Michael and Madeline, take a breather for a second. We're going to give a couple of things away. Why don't we do this amazing hoodie here first? If you win the hoodie and you're not a size large or you don't want it, let me know. You can choose from either a buff or a hat. And because Madeline's here tonight as well, and we're really promoting more young adults, we decided to go with young adults, right, Madeline? Young adults. Because we want young adults to get more involved. We have a children's small Adventure Paramotor Fly PPG shirt as well to go along with the hoodie or one of the other prizes. So, and then later on, we're giving away the Amazing Madeline shirt and another prize. All right, Dave, we're going to spin it twice. Also, Derek Trout, thank you so much for the $20 donation. Paragod, send blue skies and calm winds. Amen to that. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it. All right. Dave Ruff, it's all you.
Go, Dave. Dave? Are you
Dave?
there?
There we go. There we go.
Oh.
Whew. Playing with two computers here. All right. We ready to go?
Yeah, spin her away, buddy.
All right, here we go. Round and round she goes. Oh, shoot. I greased this wheel. It might take a while.
Michael, did you want to give away 2 Amazing Madeline t-shirts tonight or just one?
Yeah, we can do 2.
All right, so we'll do those 2 at the end. Okay.
Okay.
We'll do 2 now from this prize pool, and we'll do 2 at the end of those. All right.
Russ Duker, congratulations. You are the
Whoa.
winner of something really cool.
Who's Russ Duker?
He's a former Fly PPG student. He trained several years ago now. So he's
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Russ, if you're if you could put in the chat, it's a large. If that'll work for you, great. Just say yes. I'd love the large, and we'll get that out to you. And I'll you can send an email to me. I'll tell you how to do that. If that's not big enough, Michael, is a large big enough for him? You would know.
No.
It's not.
If he needs a bigger one, I can send him a bigger one too.
All right, that'll work. That'll work. All right. So Russ, just let us know that you're there, and you can send me well, I guess you can send Michael an email then.
He's in the chat. He said, "Hey."
All right, Michael, you got that one?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Oh, that worked out good for me. All right, let's give away. Let's give away another hoodie. Then I'll give away this one. Or go ahead and Dave, spin it again. We're gonna give another one.
Dave, what I want to know right now is what do you think of my center wheel?
What is it? I can't tell what that is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a picture.
What is it?
It's sideways, but yeah, we can see it.
I'm looking.
It's it's Madeline and it's a
Wow.
paramotor. I mean, she's working on that wingtip to the horizon there on the ground. Full
Yeah,
action.
that's right. That first wingtip drag.
There you go. All right, here we go.
Congratulations again, Russ, on that hoodie. And that'll be provided by Mr. Michael Mixer. All right. Let's see who wins this next prize. We'll get some prizes away.
Well, see,
Michael
now
donated-
now she's going the other side there.
Michael donated a ton of prizes for this Christmas spectacular that we had, and we still have a ton of them left.
Greg
Anthony
Anthony Harris,
Harris.
congratulations,
Wow.
you wounded guy that should have done your chores this morning, but never mind. He fell off a curb, okay?
Yeah, he fell off.
Congrats, Greg.
Greg Anthony Harris. Wow, come back and get this. All right, this will fit him. So I'm going to send this one
Awesome.
to him. And you know what's great too? It's a children's small t-shirt. I said, this will fit his girlfriend.
Hey,
Yes,
Dave.
there you go.
Hey, Dave, where will you send that?
I'm going to bring it to Bad Apples, I think.
Okay,
but
fair
he's
enough.
going to be there. So, all right, very good. Let's get back to the interview. Thank you, Dave Ruff, for sharing your screen with all of us. Oh my gosh, Madeline, we had a question from who had it? JP Paramotor. How much flying does Madeline do these days?
Quite a bit. I fly probably more during the summertime than the wintertime. The summertime, probably like 3 or 4 days out of the week. Depends on like scheduling and all that. In the
Okay.
winter, I fly like maybe once a month. It just depends on how cold it is and if the wind cooperates. something like
Just once a month.
that.
That's it?
I fly
Wow.
more than that, but it just depends on the month and
All right.
time I
What?
have.
I do want to thank Chris Crystal, who donated $20 to the show. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that, buddy. And this is a message for Chris, but also more so for Madeline. If you've got cold weather flying, maybe what you should invest in
Oh
is a
my.
flight suit like this one right here. Because I just got this flight suit from Fly PPG, and even though I don't know, do I look Dave
Bond.
John,
James Bond.
James Bond? Really? I didn't think about that because we're trying to decide Jeff Gordon or Mario from Mario Kart. I don't know. It could be either. All I have to say is I know, my buddy Chandor said you got to get one of these, Dave. They're amazing because I fly in pretty cold weather here in Cincinnati. It actually looks pretty cold next week. I might be flying next week. But I put that thing on just in my house, and like I was wearing it for 10 minutes just walking around the house. I started sweating, man, and they're soft and comfortable.
Yep.
So little plug here, Mike. How does one go about getting one of these things?
Yep. Just go to flyppg.com, go to our online store, choose what size you want. We can ship it out. Otherwise, if you don't want the way our suits are designed, we can do custom color, custom embroider if you want. If that's something you want, just shoot us an email at info@flyppg.com.
There you go. All right. Mark George wants to know, Madeline, what's your favorite wing to fly? What do you fly? And that's a question I don't really ask a lot of guests because it's just everybody flies a motor, everybody flies a glider, you fly what you fly. But in this case here, you're a young adult, what did you start off with? And what do you fly now?
What was the wing?
Her first wing was an 18-meter Axis Power Pluto 2.
John used to fly one of those.
Yeah.
John flies everything.
They're actually a great wing.
Yeah, and then about after like a year, I think, after I was flying, then I liked the Mac Parachargers.
Oh.
So I got an 18 of that, and then I like customized it and put all like my sponsors on it. But now I have a wing that's coming. It's the Adventure Crossfire. That's gonna be my new one.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Chuck Johnson, thank you for the $5 donation. I appreciate that very much. You said sponsors?
Yeah, I'm a sponsored pilot.
Really? Tell us about it. We're not sponsored pilots. How did you become a sponsored pilot?
Well, they kind of reach out to my dad, and my dad kind of reached out to them. Vitarazi, I get sponsored by them. They gave me my motor, and then my name is engraved in my exhaust, my Atom. And then Adventure sponsors like my frame and the hoop and all that. Then Mac Para sponsored me as well.
Wow, that is, I'm going to say
Gotta be young and cute.
Very, very cool.
No, I am neither. So that is really, really cool. Okay, cool. Chandra wants to know about your PPG rating.
So on PPG ratings, I'm an instructor. I have an instructor rating now.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
She just went through her instructor class here about a month ago.
Yep.
And she just completed it. And so now she is a certified USPPA instructor. She's been apprenticing with us the last 2 years. She decided that she wanted to kind of progress, so she got her PPG2 rating, she got her precision spot landings rating, and then she got her 3 rating, and then she just kind of keeps building. And so she's eager to definitely work up into foot launch tandems and progressing from there.
That's fantastic. What so was this first class this past week or 2 weeks? Was this the first class you were a part of as an actual instructor?
Yes, correct.
Okay. So as a 15-year-old instructor, is it difficult to get the respect that other instructors get at a much older age, a much older age like your father? Much older.
It just depends like on the person. I feel like some people like respect me a lot. They're like so proud of what I've done, and they like really take my advice and what I have to say. And then some people, they just kind of like smirk off and just like act like I'm like not like the real deal, or I'm too young to know all this stuff or something like that.
Hey, Madeline, advice for you. Keep on doing what you're doing and carry a big stick.
Well, we got a couple messages here. Nicole Berg made a $5 donation. She says, "Hi, Michael, from Mike Berg in North Dakota. The whole family is watching."
Yep, that's awesome. Yeah, we trained her, her husband, and her son.
Yeah.
2 sons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hot Buttered Steve says, "Madeline is training my little brother and I next week. Coats, my goats excited." My goat. Hot Brothered Steve, thank you for that $20 donation. Nicole, thank you
Awesome.
for that $5 donation. And this one is YFZ450 Manny. $20 donation says, go Resurgence. See you at Bad Apples. Heck yeah, baby. Bad Apples. Are you guys going to Bad Apples?
Yes, we'll both be there.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool.
Yes. Yep.
I got to meet both of you at the Dave Purdon fly-in. It's great that you guys are going to get in there as well. There were some questions here as well. I see if I can find them here. It says, Michael, Martin, Madeline, what do your friends and classmates think about you flying?
They're all really like, some of them are like really excited for my accomplishments and like really push me to like do things and like do bigger things. And then some of them just like don't really have very much interest in it. But then you have the friends that like want to like go on tandems and stuff, but then their parents are like eerie about it.
Yeah, I get that. Jim CR 120 says, if it hasn't been asked, I have a question. Does Madeline have a YouTube channel? Where can we see her fly and encourage others to fly?
I
Great
do have
question.
a YouTube channel.
Oh, let's
I
plug
only
it.
posted one video on it.
She's slacking.
Well, I posted more like when I first trained, but then Dad took them down because he wanted like a series and he never got the series done. So it was only one video. I think one, maybe two. I don't know. But on Instagram, I post a lot on Instagram. Amazing Madeline.
There you go. Amazing Madeline on Instagram. I'm gonna have to hit that one. Okay. And do you want to plug the YouTube channel or wait till you get a couple more videos up there?
Plug it. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
It's just Amazing Madeline as well.
All
If
right.
you can't find that, you just look up at Madeline Mixer because sometimes something else comes up.
Awesome. Very cool. There's your answer, Jim. I thought I saw, yeah, Will Fly, $5. Resurgence rocks. Everybody loves
Awesome.
Resurgence PPG. Gosh, we love that, Todd. There we go. What else?
Another big accomplishment. You got a second, I guess, for
Well, I was going to ask Madeline,
Yeah.
what type of pilot are you? There, are you just, I'm going to go out there and just fly, or are you starting to get a little to acro? Where are you at with that?
I do like to go out and just fly around, but I am starting to like acro. I'm starting to get into that a little bit.
Okay.
Just like playing around with S turns and stuff like that.
Okay.
Slowly but surely.
Cool. Go ahead, Michael.
Yep. Another big accomplishment for Madeline, a couple of them actually. She's actually the youngest pilot to ever pilot an aircraft at Oshkosh. She did that at 12 years old. Prior to that, she had to meet, I'm familiar with John Isley.
Yes, of course.
Yep. For her to be able to fly up there, she had to, just because of her age, ultralight aircraft, there is no, restriction of an age limit, but for her to get, permission to be able to fly there at Oshkosh, we had to drive 6 hours up there for her to meet with John. They sat down face to face, kind of went through, kind of just drilled her on, airspace law, how to be a good representative for the sport, site evaluation, just anything and everything, there is, required weather, just how to find NOTAMs, read NOTAMs. Went through all that with her. She passed all the ground schooling with them. So then we went over to where the ultralight area was going to be. He then, proceeded to test her on all of her, pre-flight, landing glider out, kiting glider, flying, basically kind of put her through a whole rigorous test that he said probably 75% of the people that fly up there in the ultralight area cannot pass. And she passed that all with flying colors and was granted a waiver from the FAA to be able to fly at Oshkosh EAA.
So cool. Very cool. Yeah, Madeline, Mr. John Ripper right there, he just posted your YouTube channel in the chat. So maybe everybody can take a look at that and hit subscribe because, hey, look, if half the people subscribe that are watching the show right now, that means 51 people will just subscribe to your YouTube channel. There you go.
Just subscribe, Sarah,
Motivation.
And I will be subscribing as soon as
That
I
was
get
a
over my
hard one
phone.
to find, but I already subscribed.
Good for you, buddy.
Thank
So
you.
we're expecting a lot of videos. Okay.
Okay.
A lot. Don't disappoint us here. So, Dave, myself, John, when we grow up, we want to be YouTube stars, and maybe you do too. But in serious though, what do you want to be? have you thought, I mean, are you going to stay in aviation, do you think, after high school?
I've thought about staying in aviation. It's just kind of like back and forth on what I want to do. Like my dad's gave me the like idea of like taking over the business or like, yeah, pretty much taking over the business. That way he doesn't have to do it. Like I could do it. But then I also have like other careers I would like to pursue, like screen printing and like printing t-shirts and all that.
Okay, cool. Well, I know there's a guy that flies paramotors. He's got a big YouTube channel and he's got a big t-shirt business too. So apparently he could do pretty good with that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Dave, how are you doing on the wheel? Are you catching up with everything? You
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
am up to date.
Madeline just got 12 new subscribers.
just like
Awesome.
that. The power
Boom.
of the show. Craig Taylor wants to know, what is your PPG rating? So you have the instructor rating. Are you all the way to 3 now? I think you
Yeah,
have to be an instructor. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 1 and then 2, and then for 3 they made like a new like precision landings one. It's like more like dialing and landings and stuff. And then I have my 3, and then I got my instructor.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Her instructor rating has been approved by the USGPA now, so she is
Wow.
a certified, bona fide instructor now.
Is
So yeah,
she-
she's doing. I mean, she's 100% does it all with the students. I mean, she's just talking to them, you know, on all their flights, and I mean, you know, everything. Teaches classes. She does it all now.
So is she the youngest USPPA instructor in the world? Or the
I would have to assume so. I don't personally know anybody that's younger than like
Yeah.
20 that is an instructor. So,
Okay. So I want to ask this question to Madeline and not you, Michael. Madeline, now that you're an instructor for Fly PPG, can you tell us a little bit about the training? And if I decide I want to go and get training at Fly PPG, what should I expect? What's the curriculum like? I'm putting you on the spot. I told you I wasn't going to put you on the spot tonight, but now I just did.
Everything's very like scheduled out. We're like very particular on like the weather. We go out and kite in. We have to like master ground handling. Like we're not just gonna go out there and kite and hope you're ready to go tow or something like that. We definitely like go through every step. We even have like our own syllabus that we go through to make sure we cover more things than USPPA would like us to cover, just to get everybody like educated on what they need to know for flying, like weather, airspace, all of that, like knowing when to fly, when not to fly, certain like situations on what to react and stuff like that.
Well, Mike, I think she passed the question.
Yeah, I think so.
She did pretty good. So let me ask you this, Madeline. When do you think it'd be sometime before the end of the summer that you'll be ready, and that and I guess Michael, you'll have to oversee or give her the okay to do this, that you'll be able to launch someone in their headset the first time? You think you'll be ready to do that by the end of the summer?
Yeah, I think so. I can
Right.
talk to people right now, which is like getting like my voice calmed down so it like doesn't seem like I'm nervous, and like just calming myself down, more like my voice and not talking fast. And
I know you were nervous before the show, and I told you I wouldn't tell you when it's 106 people watching the show right now, but you seem very composed. John.
Madeline, 19 new subscribers, and Winged Woody wants to know, you better subscribe back.
That's a shameless plug, but I like it. I like that, man. Very good. Very good. All right, let's talk about one more thing here. And that's, how do we get more younger people into the sport? Michael, what's the best way to, have you trained anybody Madeline's age or younger or somewhere around that? And how do we get more people, not just at Fly PPG, but across this country, if they're training anywhere? How do you get more people into the sport?
Yeah, so yeah, we have trained a lot of young people over the last 2 years. It's really has grown 2 to 3 years, especially. It seemed like since Madeline kind of went, it seems like we have, you know, the number of students, you know, young that we've trained, you know, it's probably, you know, been it's probably times 10 or whatever that we used to do or whatever. I, for one thing, you know, a lot of people see, you know, a young female doing it, you know, shoot, you know, if they can do it, you know, her dad's an instructor, you know, he kind of knows about the sport, you know, if he feels like it's safe enough for his young daughter to do it, you know, it's obviously got to be, you know, pretty safe, you know, and I feel confident with my child doing it. Youngest we've had besides Madeline, we've had several 13-year-olds and then 14-year-olds and then up from there. So, so we haven't had any just kids. It's always been, you know, we're getting a lot of like father with their 14 and their 13-year-old sons and daughters and stuff like that training now. So it and every one of them, that has trained, they do know of amazing Madeline and, and what she's done. And she has been an inspiration to them to motivate them to get into it. As far as, getting more, young people into it. Of course, every young kid, they want to do the sport. They're not the ones that you have to sell on. It's definitely the parents that we got to sell on. Just the, the safest, that we can make the sport look, the better, be good representative of the sport, go out, make it look fun, make it look safe, and, and be responsible. That's definitely, I'd say, the biggest keys to get more younger people into the sport. And of course, having properly, sized equipment, for them to train on is huge for them to be successful. We've altered, we got some smaller harnesses and free flight harnesses and gliders and stuff like that to be able to accommodate the younger, smaller people.
Madeline, have you been a part of some of those trainings with those younger pilots?
Yep, I have. I think it was last year or the year before last year, I helped out with I think it was a 13-year-old boy. I helped out with him and training him and stuff.
So question for you, Michael, do you feel like when you're training when you both are training the younger pilots, do you feel like the curriculum sort of changes a little bit for them, that you go through stuff or don't go through stuff that you would with an older pilot? And then also, that's first question. Second question is, do you feel like younger pilots, Madeline's age, are quicker with the reaction time? Meaning, like, a lot of times kids are much better with video games. Their reaction time is significantly faster. Do you feel like that they get it a little bit quicker than their adult counterparts?
Yeah. Sorry, what was the first question again? Sorry, I got too hung up in the second one.
It was so long ago, I don't remember. No,
Yeah.
I feel like the curriculum is altered a little bit for the younger students.
We do, take a little bit of extra time, with the younger ones, just make sure that they do 100%, understand, all of our phraseology and the warning of everything. Make sure that they do understand everything 100%, before we go out there, instead of, just saying it once, expecting, the adult to get it or whatever. We will definitely, we'll backtrack a little bit every once in a while, and just, kind of talk to the younger student one-on-one, just a little bit off to the side, just kind of reassure that they do know everything and everything that we expect of them.
What about reaction time?
Yep. As far as reaction time, definitely younger students have definitely picked up kiting and picked up the flying portions a lot quicker than what, say, their parents have. It just, I don't know, for some reason, it seems like a lot of it just becomes about a natural instinct for them. It's just, it's been a blast to train the younger ones. And they definitely have been picking it up quicker than their parents.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I want to thank Wingit Woody, who made a $10 donation to the show. Thank you so much for that, Wingit Woody. Again, I want to thank everybody. Do you know who Wingit Woody is?
I do not.
Okay. I want to thank everybody who has donated. You guys don't have no idea how much it helps the show out. And obviously, I love sending money over to Resurgence PPG to help out those vets and get more vet pilots up in the air. They deserve it. And as far as helping out the show, we really appreciate it. We had some questions here. Jim CR120. No, actually, Tony Marzano had a question first. As far as your background, I know you talked about, I think your dad was kind of your inspiration, Michael, right?
Correct.
Did you have any background in skydiving, fixed wing, or was it just PPG that you went into?
Just PPG. Well, fixed wing, yes, I did have fixed wing background. I started, my dad kind of encouraged me to start taking lessons. I was right at 16 when I started taking some fixed wing lessons. He kind of wanted me to, maybe get in, flying ultralights and stuff like that with him. And then we kind of found out about the paramotor stuff. And then I kind of started, that seemed a little bit more exciting and more kind of my style than what the old fixed wing ultralights was going to be. So then I kind of veered over into the PPG world.
Okay. Jeff York says, tell us about those swanky fly PPG jerseys. What are they made of? It's hot in Texas.
Yeah, these actually are like a cool, like a
dry fit kind of
there you
like
go.
fit.
They
So
are
it actually-
neat. They are
very
really
cool.
sharp.
Yeah.
Very sharp.
Yep. It's actually a skydiving company that kind of reached out to me that actually they make a lot of skydiving gear, and they want to know if I'd be interested in some jerseys. So we kind of worked with them to design them, and they're very nice, very cool. Yeah, they're like a dry fit material, and they're in the Fly PPG store.
I like them. I might
Yeah.
use one of those. All right, Stephanie Flightus. What kiting harness do you use for younger kids? We just bought one from Lone Star, but it's too small.
Yep. So I use I'm trying to think what it's called. It's made by Sup Air. They got a small one, and it's kind of like their bigger youth model style of free flight harness. Originally got it from Madeline, and then then we've adapted and used it on several other students too.
Okay.
But yeah, just a normal kiting harness. It seemed like they've just all been, they just swarm, on the little kids. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that too. Right. I know we're getting past the 10 o'clock hour. We've got a couple more questions, and we have a couple giveaways we're going to give away. So everybody sit tight, stay with us here. Blake Buchanan, Madeline, you are truly an inspiration for anyone looking to get into the sport. That's awesome. He says, you can train me and be the voice in my ear. We can be in your classroom. All right. Okay. It's funny, Jim CR 120, like he'll post a question, and right as he's posting it, I think I asked the question. Madeline, how does the excitement of teaching others to fly compare to your own first flight? How do you feel when you witness first flights? Nice question. I've got one more question after that. I'm going to close off the questions here. Go ahead, Madeline.
It's very definitely exciting for them, and an emotional, because some people, they have very different reactions. Some cry, and some just stand there and give you a high five, but then they don't really show any emotion. And it's just very an honor to teach them and get a witness their solo flight with them.
It's awesome. Cool. You love it?
Yep.
All right. You gonna take over daddy's business?
Maybe.
All right. Is he gonna sell it to you, or is he gonna just give it to you? I'm just kidding. Don't answer that. Last comment here. It comes from the Flying Dohertys. Aunt Teresa and Matt Mayfield are also an awesome asset to the school. We love all at Discover Fly PPG.
Yep. Awesome.
The Field of Dreams, right?
Yep. Yeah, we kind of nicknamed it the Field of Dreams. That's kind of surrounded by crops, and we actually had a couple students just one year, just kind of reminds me, the Field of Dreams, people walking out of the cornfield, and so then it kind of just is stuck from there. And ever since then, it's been nicknamed the Field of Dreams.
So as Dave's getting ready to show the wheel here, I want to ask you one more question. Can you tell us a little bit about Parafright Fest? I said it right that time.
Yep.
I've been trying to go to for the last couple of years. It's on my calendar to take my kids this year. Tell us a little bit about it, and I'll just tell you right now, the only negative side to it is that it gets capped off because of a certain number of people. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, we do cap it off just because we could easily outgrow, the quantity of pilots that we could safely hold, for the size of our flying site. So yeah, we do cap it off. We always usually end up with about 10 over what we capped off or whatever. So yeah, we do try to restrict it a little bit, just by the number of pilots. We don't care who comes. We wish everybody could come. We have definitely looked into moving it to some bigger sites where we could kind of accommodate a couple hundred people if we wanted to. But Parafright Fest this year is October 15th to the 17th. Definitely, if you want to come a day or 2, 3, 4 earlier, everybody's more than welcome. Dry camping on site, porta potties, wash stations. We have kind of all that here available if anybody needs it. Hotels, all that 10 minutes away in Quincy. Pilot registration is $50, includes a long sleeve t-shirt, meals on Friday and Saturday. We have a haunted hayrack ride Friday night. Saturday night we have a costume party, pays $100 to win. People get crazy creative, so definitely bring your A game if you want to win that. And then we have a live band also on Saturday night.
For $50
cross countries.
Sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
all that for $50. That is
all that for $50.
I don't know how you're making out on that one, but you're not making out on that one.
No, we try just to cover some expenses, and it's all about spending time with all of our friends that we've made throughout the years. So.
Wow. Awesome. That's gonna wrap it up for the questions.
Yeah.
But if anybody wants to join the after show, you can go into the description of the video and there's the Zoom meeting ID. I know Mark Rogers has been patiently waiting the whole entire show. But yes, the Zoom meeting ID and password are in the description of the video, so you can find it right there. And I'll try to put it up here while Dave's operating the wheel. Mr. Ruff, who hosts the Wednesday night show called After Dark. Take it away,
Yes.
Mr. Ruff.
You bet. Can you see the screen?
I can.
All right, here we go. We're just gonna switch through this real quick just to make sure that your name isn't in there. Let's see here. There are all the names tonight. That's
Dave, what's
why,
the total number of names?
Oh, I don't know.
It's right at the top
No,
there.
yep, right there. 71. 71 names. So there we go. All right, here we go. Round and round she goes.
This is for we're going to do it twice for the Amazing Madeline t-shirts.
Oh, I should have put my name in there.
Signed, nonetheless. And here's the meeting ID. I just put it in the chat.
Up.
Linda.
There we go.
Linda Anderson. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Linda's gonna love that t-shirt. There's no doubt in my mind she'll wear that t-shirt all the time.
Oh yeah.
So Linda
Yep, that's
Anderson,
awesome.
Michael. So do you know who Linda Anderson is, Michael?
Yeah, I do know of her. We are Facebook friends. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her in person yet, but yes, that's definitely awesome. She's
There you
definitely
go.
going to be a big supporter of everything PPG related.
So Linda is the mother of Robert Michaels of paraglidingtalk.com. And she is also on ClearProp TV on Mondays. So Linda, I want to see that t-shirt being worn as soon as you get it. The Amazing Madeline t-shirt. That's awesome. Great. Okay, who's next?
What's next, Dave?
What do
Another
we got
Amazing
next?
Madeline
Another one?
t-shirt.
All
Yep.
right, here
Who
we
are
go.
they?
I just snuck my name in there.
Not letting you win it.
Oh, come on now. And starting to slow down. I need to grease this wheel just a little better. Oh,
Can't see it. It's so small.
Well,
Leanne Trout.
And Trout. Okay.
Another female. That's awesome.
Wow, that's amazing,
Oh,
Dave. That you
yeah.
got two females.
No kidding.
There you go.
Very cool. All
Yep,
right.
that's awesome.
Cool. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate
You
that,
bet.
buddy. So Linda and Leanne. Leanne, if you want to, if you can just, I guess, Facebook Messenger, both of you can Facebook Messenger Michael.
Yep.
Let him know your shirt size. Let him know your address.
That's right.
That's it.
Yep, that's right.
That's it. Dave Ruff, anything else from you, sir?
Not much. Just Wednesday night, 9 p.m. After Dark Paramotor Chat, where we talk about paramotors and all things related to life. Hope you see you there.
There you go, Mr. John Ripa.
Thank you, Michael and his daughter, for a great show. And yeah, look forward to flying with you guys one time
Yep,
Yep.
definitely.
down the road.
Michael, Madeline, any last words from either one of you guys?
Just if you're a young pilot starting to get into the sport, just remember to like keep trying and pushing and don't get frustrated with yourself. Like you can do this.
Absolutely. Yep.
What an
Parents
absolutely
do,
just awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Young
Parents
lady.
do, definitely encourage your kids, get out there, strap them in a harness, get them excited about the sport. Hopefully if they don't want into PPG, maybe we'll get them excited about some other form of aviation. So, and anything, if me or Madeline can help or talk to or give anybody advice on anything, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're more than happy to help out, other people, other schools, definitely we're happy to share, everything that we've learned over the years.
Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Please share this video with your children. Let them watch it. Let them get excited about what Madeline has done. And then if there's a way that they can reach out to Madeline if they have questions or want to get inspired even more, what's the best way, Madeline, for them to reach you?
Either on like Facebook Messenger or Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you both so much. This was an amazing, Madeline, amazing show. Night. Guys, that is a wrap for 99 episodes. Next week, episode 100.
Wow.
Kick out the in-laws after Easter's over. Get yourselves right back here, 9 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to go into the after show. Thank you guys again. We will see all of you next week for episode 100.
Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
Bye, guys. See you then.